Brian Oxman was Jackson's family spokesperson, a family attorney for a long time, and friend. He was at the hospital yesterday, and I spoke with him earlier this morning, and I began by asking him about his concern that Jackson was abusing prescription drugs.
Oh, yes, I do, Harry. I had warned everyone that I could warn, and I told them that one day if Michael Jackson is going to wake up dead, which is a very odd way of putting it, but the way I was trying to say it, I was going to speak out and say that this is not right, that he has not been cared for properly, and that the people around him should recognize that they never should have permitted such a thing to happen.
Do you believe people around him were enabling him, were literally helping him along in this process?
I do not want to point fingers at anyone because I want to hear what the toxicology report says and what the coroner's report says. But the plain fact of the matter is that Michael Jackson had prescription drugs at his disposal at all times and that he was using them. He was in pain, so he had his reasons for using them. He had broken the vertebrae in his back. He had also broken his leg when he fell off of a stage and fell about 40 feet to the ground. But the bottom line was that he was under the influence of prescription medications for most of the time, and it was dangerous, and I warned that it was dangerous, and all of the warnings went unheeded.
I want to move on to the children now. What happens to his children?
It will be probably the start of a long battle, and the fact of the matter is that they are with Mrs. Jackson at the moment. They are cared for by the family and by a nanny who is taking excellent care of them. But we will have to see how that plays out in a court of law. I suspect that the death of Michael Jackson is only the beginning of the legal battles over not only his property, but also his children.
As you best understand it, do you think Debbie Rowe would have claim to 2 of those children?
I know Debbie. I've talked to her so many times. I worked on the case involving Debbie and Michael in the divorce. I've handled 6 divorces in this family. I always liked Debbie Rowe. And it is my experience in a court of law that when one of the parties passes away, there's always a claim of a natural parent. So whatever the contracts were and whatever the agreements were, there is always the prospect of legal proceedings, and how successful or the outcome, boy, oh boy, it is your guess and my guess. We just don't know, and we'll have to watch it play out as it does all by itself.
Brian Oxman, we thank you for your time this morning. Take care.